It started with the power cuts. Every night, like clockwork, the city would plunge into an inky blackness. At first, it was an annoyance, a disruption to my perfectly scheduled life. But then, on the third night, I heard her. A voice, clear and bright, cutting through the silence from the apartment across the courtyard. She was singing an old, forgotten tune that tugged at a memory I couldn't quite place. I found myself by my open window, listening. When she finished, a strange impulse took over. I clapped, softly, just a few hesitant taps of my hands. The silence that followed was heavy. I thought I'd made a mistake, embarrassed by my own forwardness. But then, a laugh. It was light, like wind chimes. "Thank you," she called out, her voice closer than I expected. I was getting tired of an audience of one, and so it began. Our nightly ritual. When the lights went out, our windows would open. We never talked about names, or jobs, or what we looked like. The darkness was our sanctuary, a canvas where we painted ourselves with words alone. We were just window guy and singing girl. She told me about her dream of traveling to see the northern lights. I told her about the dog I had as a kid, a golden retriever named Sunshine who was scared of thunderstorms. We debated the best pizza toppings. She was a firm believer in pineapple, a hill I was willing to die on to oppose. We laughed until our sides hurt, our voices weaving together in the shared darkness. Her voice became the anchor in my day. I found myself looking forward to the evenings, to the moment the world would shut down and our little world would open up. She was witty and kind, and had a way of seeing the world that made everything seem a little more magical. I was falling for a person I had never seen, for a voice that felt more real than anything else in my life. One night, I confessed how much these talks meant to me. "I don't think I'd get through these blackouts without you," I said, my voice barely a whisper. There was a pause. Then she said, so softly I almost missed it, "Me too. It's nice, not being alone in the dark." I decided then that the next time I saw her, I would ask for her name, maybe her number. Maybe, just maybe, we could see if this connection we had could survive the light of day. I pictured meeting her, finally putting a face to the voice that had captured my heart. For a week, the power cuts continued. Our conversations grew deeper, more intimate. We shared fears we'd never spoken aloud, hopes we've kept locked away. We were two souls, adrift in the city, who had found a harbor in each other's voices. Then, one evening, I sat by my window, waiting. 8 o'clock came and went. The city lights stayed on, blazing defiantly. The power cuts were over. A wave of relief washed over the neighborhood, cheers echoing from nearby buildings. But my heart sank. I looked across the courtyard to her window. It was closed. The light was off. Still, I waited. An hour passed. Then 2. Her window remained dark and silent. The next day, I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to know. I found the building manager and described her, the girl in apartment for B who sang. He gave me a strange, sad look. "Apartment for B," he said. "It's been empty for a month. The last tenant, a young woman, moved out to go live with her parents. She was quite ill, I believe. Needed special care." My blood ran cold. It didn't make sense. I had just talked to her last night. "No, that can't be right," I stammered. "I hear her every night. Singing." He just shook his head slowly. "Son, that apartment is empty. The power to it was cut off weeks ago." I walked back to my apartment in a daze. That night, the lights of the city shone brighter than ever. But my world had never felt so dark. I stood at my window, staring at her empty black square across the way. The silence was deafening. I never heard her voice again. I was alone in the dark once more. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more if you enjoy this. Like and share if this story resonated with you. See you in the next one.